There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z.
There's no vindication for me because for 4 years I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay Z are monsters. And the victim making machine kept going on.
The hip-hop world is no stranger to drama, but the tension brewing between Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy is unlike anything we've seen. For years, these icons seemed untouchable, living legends at the top of their game, supporting each other through highs and lows, sharing stages, collaborating on massive hits, and hosting the most exclusive parties in the industry. But now, rumors suggest that their once solid friendship has reached an irreversible breaking point, all due to a betrayal so personal and shocking that fans and the entire music world are left reeling. Jay-Z and Diddy, two of hip-hop's biggest names, weren't just casual acquaintances. They were like brothers, rising to fame together and sharing a bond that went beyond music. From early collaborations to joint business ventures, they were two sides of the same coin. But behind the scenes, things started to unravel, and cracks in their relationship began to form long before the public noticed.
As you guys are coming in that you can hear me and see me, I'm pretty sure that you can. This is some exclusive tea that I got a little while.
Jay-Z and Diddy's partnership began in the early 1990s, when New York's hip-hop scene was bursting with talent. Both men were on the rise, hustling hard to make their mark. Jay-Z, with his sharp lyrical skills and business acumen, was quickly emerging as a powerhouse, while Diddy, known for his larger-than-life personality and hit-producing talent, was shaping the future of hip-hop through his Bad Boy Records label. It wasn't long before their paths crossed, and they recognized in each other a shared ambition, a drive to dominate not just the charts but the entire entertainment industry. Their early friendship was rooted in mutual respect and ambition. They weren't content to just be successful rappers, they wanted to be moguls. Together, they set out to make that happen. In 1997, they teamed up on Diddy's debut studio album, a project that solidified their musical alliance. The following year, Jay-Z contributed his talents to Diddy's sophomore album, further strengthening their partnership. Fans loved seeing them collaborate, and it seemed nothing could stop these two titans from ruling the hip-hop world together.
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
By the late 1990s, things began to take a darker turn for Jay-Z and Diddy as both men found themselves caught in serious legal troubles that threatened their careers. Jay-Z faced arrest after an altercation with record producer Lance Rivera, while Diddy became embroiled in a high-profile nightclub shooting that dominated headlines for months. It was a tense period, but both men managed to avoid jail time, thanks in part to their powerful connections and legal teams. The media frenzy around their cases seemed to bring them even closer as they navigated the intense scrutiny together. For a while, their friendship appeared as strong as ever. They continued working together, showing up at events, and supporting each other's projects. However, behind the scenes, their relationship was beginning to unravel. While the public still saw two moguls standing side by side, insiders sensed the growing strain. Rumors emerged that Jay-Z was looking to distance himself from Diddy, and fans began to notice that the two weren't as inseparable as they once had been.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly?
One of the first signs that something was amiss came during the infamous Scream F7 tour, where a moment caught on camera sparked whispers about Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship. At one of the shows, Diddy was filmed patting Jay-Z on the backside in a way that seemed uncomfortable, igniting speculation about the nature of their relationship. The footage quickly went viral, and fans were left wondering if there was more between them than met the eye. While the incident was mostly brushed off at the time, it has since resurfaced amid ongoing drama, adding fuel to the fire of rumors. Over the years, the growing distance between Jay-Z and Diddy became more apparent. Although they continued to appear at the same events and occasionally collaborated, those in the industry could see that their friendship was no longer as strong. Then, in 2020, things took a shocking turn. Rumors emerged that Jay-Z had uncovered something deeply personal and devastating, leading to an irreparable rift between him and Diddy, a betrayal involving leaked tapes that allegedly concerned Jay-Z's wife, Bianca.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be.
The details surrounding these tapes are murky, but according to insiders, Diddy allegedly tried to use recordings from private events that Jay-Z and Bianca had attended as leverage. These tapes, which reportedly captured intimate moments from exclusive gatherings, were said to be Diddy's way of maintaining control over his powerful friends. Though it remains unclear what exactly was on the tapes, the mere idea that Diddy would betray Jay-Z and Bianca in such a personal way was enough to shatter their friendship. Known for fiercely guarding his family's privacy, Jay-Z was reportedly livid upon discovering the tapes. Up until that point, he and Bianca had maintained a close relationship with Diddy, attending his parties and supporting his ventures. But after this alleged betrayal came to light, the couple began to distance themselves entirely. They stopped attending Diddy's events, and their once public displays of friendship vanished. For fans who had followed their journey for years, it was a shocking and sudden change.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, sexual assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
But the drama didn't end there. As rumors of the leaked tapes spread, so did speculation about the true nature of Jay-Z and Diddy's relationship. Some claimed that their friendship had always been more about business than anything personal, with Diddy allegedly using Jay-Z to further his own career. Others suggested the two had been involved in shady dealings together and that the tapes were only the beginning. Whatever the truth, it was clear that their partnership was over and that the fallout would be felt for years to come. In the months that followed, Jay-Z and Bianca remained silent on the issue, refusing to address the rumors publicly. Behind the scenes, however, they were reportedly taking steps to protect themselves. Jay-Z, always a savvy businessman, understood that distancing himself from Diddy was crucial to safeguarding his reputation. He began quietly cutting ties, focusing on his own ventures, and avoiding any association with Diddy's increasingly controversial brand.
Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do.
Diddy, for his part, seemed to take the betrayal in stride, or at least he did publicly. He continued hosting lavish parties and maintaining a high profile, but those in the know could see that his empire was starting to crumble. The leaked tapes had done more than just sever his relationship with Jay-Z. They exposed cracks in the carefully curated image he had spent decades building. As more people began to come forward with stories of Diddy's behavior, it became clear that his downfall was only beginning. By 2024, rumors surrounding him had reached a fever pitch, and the FBI launched an investigation into his alleged involvement in a series of crimes, including trafficking and conspiracy. Although Diddy denied the allegations, the mounting evidence was impossible to ignore, and as the investigation unfolded, more prominent names were pulled into the scandal, including Jay-Z and Bianca.
Public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
While there's no concrete evidence linking Jay-Z and Bianca to any of Diddy's alleged crimes, Their past association with him has raised eyebrows. Some question whether they knew more than they're letting on, while others speculate they could become implicated in the ongoing investigation. For now, Jay-Z and Beyonce are keeping their distance, but their silence has only fueled the rumors. It's worth noting that this isn't the first time Jay-Z has found himself connected to a scandal involving a close associate. Over the years, he's been linked to some of the industry's most controversial figures, from R. Kelly to Harvey Weinstein. Though he's managed to avoid serious legal trouble so far, some wonder if his luck may be running out. Could the Diddy investigation finally bring down the man who seems to have it all? Only time will tell.
A U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male sex workers across state lines to take part in recorded sexual performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
One thing is certain. The fallout from this drama is far from over. As more details emerge about Diddy's alleged crimes and the betrayal that shattered his friendship with Jay-Z, the hip-hop world is watching with bated breath. Will Jay-Z and Beyonce continue to stay silent, or will they eventually be compelled to speak out? And what if the investigation reveals even more shocking secrets about the industry's most powerful players? As this story unfolds, fans and insiders alike are left wondering just how deep the rabbit hole goes. The once close friendship between Jay-Z and Diddy is now little more than a memory, and the future of their relationship, if there is one at all, remains uncertain. One thing is clear, however. This scandal will change the landscape of hip-hop forever.
Not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to...
With Diddy facing the possibility of life behind bars and Jay-Z's reputation on the line, the stakes couldn't be higher. As more people come forward with their own stories, the web of lies, betrayal, and power struggles only grows more tangled. For now, all we can do is wait and see how this unprecedented drama unfolds and whether the truth will ever come to light. What was once a close-knit bond between Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy has now become a complex web of accusations, investigations, and high-stakes drama no one saw coming. With Diddy now entangled in serious legal trouble, including an FBI investigation, the hip-hop world is holding its breath, wondering who else might be drawn into this scandal.
Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Let's dive into the heart of this mess. The FBI's investigation into Diddy, a case that has the potential to shake the foundations of not just his empire, but possibly the entire entertainment industry. The charges against him are vast, ranging from conspiracy to trafficking, and it's clear that this isn't just about one man's downfall. There's a network, a system, being exposed. As the investigation intensifies, more names are being whispered, and more figures are starting to feel the heat, with Jay-Z and Beyonce at the center of much of the speculation. Diddy's legal troubles have been brewing for years, but things escalated in March 2024 when federal agents raided two of his properties, one in Los Angeles, the other in Miami, uncovering explosive evidence, including documents and videos that could be key to the case. While Diddy has denied any wrongdoing, the sheer scale of the investigation suggests this is far bigger than anyone initially thought.
If that's part of the indictment, that's somewhat like a blackmail. He was blackmailing people to be in the freak-offs. So that's federal. That could be that's a federal charge. He can't blackmail people to say, yo, listen here, you did it once and you're going to do it again. That ain't going to make it with the government or nobody.
One of the most disturbing rumors surrounding Diddy's alleged activities is the claim that he used his vast network of connections to organize private gatherings, exclusive parties that were initially seen as glamorous but now appear to have had a much darker side. These weren't your typical Hollywood soirees. According to some insiders, these events involved high-profile celebrities, and some of the guests may not have been there entirely by choice. This is where things get complicated for Jay-Z and Bianca. For years, they were regulars at Diddy's events, seen at his parties, rubbing shoulders with other A-listers, and publicly supporting him in various ventures. But once the legal troubles began to surface, they seemed to vanish from his inner circle. Their once visible friendship disappeared, and while they remained silent about the reasons for their distancing, some believe it's because they knew what was happening behind the scenes and wanted to distance themselves before things escalated
Our lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Jay-Z and Bianca have found themselves linked to controversy by association. Jay-Z has a history of being connected to some pretty unsavory figures, from his past dealings with R. Kelly to his ties with Harvey Weinstein. While he's managed to dodge serious fallout from those associations, the question now is whether his luck is about to run out. Could the FBI be investigating his connection to these alleged activities? And if so, what might they uncover? There's already speculation that Jay-Z and Bianca could be drawn into the investigation, not necessarily as suspects, but as witnesses. Some insiders believe the couple may have witnessed things at Diddy's parties that they'd rather not discuss. And if authorities think they have crucial information, they might be compelled to cooperate, even if it means revealing uncomfortable truths.
And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watch.
Here's where things get even more interesting. There's a growing theory that Jay-Z and Bianca's silence isn't just about protecting themselves from legal trouble. It's about something far more personal. Remember those tapes we mentioned earlier, the ones allegedly showing intimate moments from private gatherings? According to some sources, these tapes might involve more than just Diddy's guests. There are whispers that Jay-Z and Bianca could be featured in some of these recordings, which could explain why they'd remained so quiet. If these tapes were to surface, it could be devastating for their public image and potentially their marriage. It's important to note that these are just rumors for now, but the fact that such stories are circulating highlights the depth of this scandal. If there's any truth to them, it would certainly explain why Jay-Z and Bianca have been so quick to distance themselves from Diddy. After all, their brand is built on the image of being a power couple, a symbol of success and stability in an industry often defined by chaos. The last thing they need is to be dragged into a legal battle that could ruin that image.
I think it's to be expected, just the shock of this and the questions about what is ahead of us. I mean, how long is he going to be in custody? Is this an R. Kelly situation? Is he going to not get out for a number of years? Is he going to end up serving a long-term prison sentence from this? Or does he have a chance of beating these charges at a trial that could come?
Diddy's situation is growing more dire by the day. His arrest in September 2024 marked the culmination of years of allegations, lawsuits, and investigations. The charges against him are so serious that, if convicted, he could face decades behind bars. While his legal team is doing everything in their power to fight the charges, there's an increasing sense that this might be the end of the road for the hip-hop mogul. One of the most damning pieces of evidence against Diddy is the accusation that he operated what some are calling a ring involving high-profile figures from the entertainment world. Allegedly, Diddy used his parties as a cover for illegal activities, and he wasn't alone. Claims suggest other powerful figures helped him conceal what was happening. This is where things get particularly complicated for Jay-Z and Bianca. If it turns out that they were aware of these activities, or worse, involved in them, it could lead to a scandal unlike anything the public has ever seen.
What his team is trying to do is get the public to assume that the government is leaking some of this negative information about him, like that Cassie video. But the reality is, he's got a lot of enemies, and who I really don't believe.
Diddy's legal team is pushing back hard against the accusations, calling the charges baseless and accusing the FBI of conducting a witch hunt. Diddy himself has remained defiant, insisting that he's innocent and determined to fight the charges in court. However, the sheer volume of allegations and the mounting evidence suggest this is more than just an attempt to bring him down. There's real substance to this investigation, and it's not going away anytime soon. As the case progresses, all eyes are on who might get caught up in the fallout. Diddy's empire is already crumbling, but the real question is whether his downfall will drag others down with him. Will Jay-Z and Bianca manage to stay out of the crosshairs, or will the investigation eventually reach their doorstep?
Is he going to turn people in? Is he going to cooperate? If the federal government wants him to cooperate, and they're going to cut his time, because right now he's looking at 15 to life. With all the charges he had to, he won't get out till 70 years old. He about 70. That's when they start talking about letting him come to a halfway house.
One thing's for sure, the hip-hop world is holding its breath. The FBI has made it clear that they're not done yet, and there are rumors that more arrests could be on the horizon. If that happens, it could trigger a domino effect, with more celebrities getting caught up in the scandal. And if the rumored tapes ever surface, it could be the final blow, not just for Diddy, but for others as well. However, as the legal drama unfolds, there's another layer to this story worth considering. Diddy's downfall isn't just about legal trouble, it's about the shifting power dynamics within the music industry. For years, he was one of the most influential figures in hip-hop, someone who could make or break careers with a single endorsement. But now his influence is waning, and other players, like Jay-Z, are stepping in to fill the void.
Has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
And what about Bianca? Throughout all of this, she's remained the picture of poise and grace, keeping her focus on her music and her family. But even she can't escape the shadow of the scandal. As the investigation continues, there's growing speculation that she too could be pulled into the drama. After all, she was right there with Jay-Z at many of Diddy's events, and if authorities believe she has information that could aid their case, she may be forced to speak out. So what do you think? Do you believe Jay-Z and Bianca knew more about Diddy's dark dealings than they're letting on, or were they just as shocked by these revelations as the rest of us? And if those rumored tapes do exist, should they be held accountable for anything captured on them, or is this just another case of guilt by association? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you think of this high-stakes drama. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious.